This show is produced by the Hartman Media Company. For more information and links to all our great podcasts, visit hartmanmedia.com.
Speakers, publishers, consultants, coaches, and info marketers unite. The Speaking of Wealth Show is your roadmap to success and significance. Learn the latest tools, technologies, and tactics to get more bookings, sell more products, and attract more clients. If you're looking to increase your direct response sales, create a big-time personal brand, and become the go-to guru, the Speaking of Wealth Show is for you. Here's your host, Jason Hartman.
So we just took a tour of an Amazon fulfillment center, and it was truly amazing. Pardon the sound here. We're in the ride-sharing car. I don't even want to say which company because the driver, coincidentally, happened to work at this center before. We got in the car and said that we just took the tour, and well, it's totally amazing. Amazon has been criticized a lot about underpaying people, overworking them. I hear that some Amazon workers going through the warehouse will walk up to 15 miles a day, wear motion trackers, and if they don't move fast enough, their supervisors get on their case, and ultimately I'm sure they don't keep their jobs if they're not. Basically, the comparisons have been made to a modern version of slavery, and I think there's some fairness in that comparison. But everybody's got a different opinion, of course, and just wanted to talk with our driver a little bit because he actually worked at, I think, a couple of the fulfillment centers over the years, and this is Jose. How you doing, Jose?
I'm good. How you guys doing?
Good. Names may have been changed to protect the innocent here, so tell us about it. How was it working there?
It's an experience. It's work for sure. But I worked as a picker when I first started, and within 3 to 4 months, I transferred departments. So I ended up doing stow.
So, Jose, you started as a picker, meaning you pick the items and then put them into the packages to be shipped out. Is that what that means?
Or no, as a picker, you're basically an order filler. You're basically shopping. Okay. You have a cart. You scan the item. Well, first of all, the gun will give you the location of where to go.
The scan gun that they use.
Yeah, right? It's a scanner gun, a RF unit. The gun will give you a location to go. You go to the location, you scan the location, a barcode. The gun will show you the item that you're looking for, and you just basically put the item in your cart and just take off with it, and it'll just keep going. And you are walking over 10 miles a day. Yeah. There are numbers and rates to maintain.
Yeah. So the criticism has been about, when people don't maintain those numbers and they don't move quickly enough and they don't fill enough items in the cart, going shopping, as you say, which is a good metaphor for it, that their supervisors really come down on them, huh?
Yeah, it's all about numbers. If you don't hit those numbers, then, they kind of give you like a coaching and it just goes on from there. It just gets escalated to first verbal, then first write up, and so on.
Yeah. Our guy kind of sloughed that off because someone did bring that up, and then I chimed in with saying, well, they have to wear motion trackers, right? And he was just kind of like, oh, everybody works at their own pace, blah, 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 which I thought was, he really avoided the question.
Yeah, the RF unit, which is the gun, will tell you where you're at, and it'll track the last time you scanned the item. It's not really a motion tracker. They just know where you're at. It just locates you. It doesn't show you every single motion that you're doing. It just locates you every time you scan the item.
So finally, Bezos agreed to raise the minimum wage for warehouse workers to $15 an hour. It looks like you have something to say about that, Jose.
I do. Actually, it's not really a raise. All the workers feel like we should have been getting that from the get-go because these other warehouses in the area are paying way more. And Amazon's a multi-billion-dollar industry company, and
they're giant, like one of the richest companies in the world.
Fortune 500. The raise wasn't really a raise because they just took away some benefits that we had to compensate the pay raise. So at first, before any of this happened, we were getting stocks. As soon as you get hired onto the company, they give you stocks, and they also give you like a bonus called VCP, like the whole warehouse is on a rate, and if we hit those production rates in all departments, then we get a bonus. Well, they got rid of all that, so
So basically, it wasn't really a raise. All they did is rework some stuff and move the benefits around so that they could do a press release to say they gave a raise, it sounds like.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody was mad about it. What it did for the employees that were there long, it just really took away from them. And with these new employees that are barely getting hired on, they don't know anything about no VCP or any stocks, so it's all new to them. And they just saw it as a win because the pay rate is starting off higher than what it used to be.
Yeah, interesting. What else can you say about working there? I mean, obviously you left, but would you recommend that job? Is it better? The comparison is always, the question is compared to what, right? Amazon is a super rich company, and I think people are making that comparison of, here we've got Jeff Bezos, even post-divorce, he's still going to be the richest man in the world, it looks like. So they're making the comparison with the success of the company versus what the workers are getting paid, saying, share the wealth, which is a reasonable argument for sure. But the other comparison one could make is, what would all those people working for Amazon have been doing before? Or if Amazon didn't exist, what job would they be doing? Would they be working at another kind of warehouse? Would that be better or worse? I don't know. Do you have any thoughts on that, Jose?
I really don't have anything to say on that. I probably would be doing some type of collections or just a different environment. I wouldn't be in the warehouse, but
yeah. So, and you're doing ride sharing now. Is there anything else you want to share with people about the Amazon working experience? I mean, you got to admit, it's still a pretty amazing operation, isn't it?
It is. There's so many different departments and different functions of the company. So if you're in one department, you're only seeing that one side. But once you get to a different department, you just see the whole process of how everything's done, like from the product coming into the building and how it leaves the building. It goes through many different levels, from the ordering to it being picked to going down all these different conveyors. There's conveyors going throughout that whole building, and that building's 3 stories, so there's millions of items in it. And everywhere you go in the warehouse, you're going to find something new. You kind of get oohed and awed as you're in the warehouse.
Yeah, it was pretty amazing. Our guide said that they have 15 miles of conveyor belts at that facility, and that it's the size of 28 football fields. It's just, the scale is mind-boggling. It's like a city inside that building, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's a maze. You can get lost in there, and you're definitely walking miles in there. So it does put a lot of wear and tear on you with those concrete slabs that you're walking on.
Right. Yeah. No, I can understand that. Hey, thanks for being on the show and sharing some insider information with us. We appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Anytime.
Thank you so much for listening. Please be sure to subscribe so that you don't miss any episodes. Be sure to check out the show's specific website and our general website, hartmanmedia.com, for appropriate disclaimers and terms of service. Remember that guest opinions are their own, and if you require specific legal or tax advice or advice in any other specialized area, please consult an appropriate professional. And we also very much appreciate you reviewing the show. Please go to iTunes or Stitcher Radio or whatever platform you're using and write a review for the show. We would very much appreciate that. And be sure to make it official and subscribe so you do not miss any episodes. We look forward to seeing you on the next episode.